Hi everyone, this is Shannon from theirishscrapper.com, and today I have a card for you guys using our Floral Essence stamp set. We are going to be creating this card here, which I love. It's got some great texture to it. So let's jump in and show you how I created this. As I said, I'm using the photopolymer stamp set called Floral Essence. There's 14 stamps in here, and you can see there's some great images as well as sentiments, so you can do a little bit of, combination with stamps as well. So I love this set. We are going to be using a few colors I don't often lean towards, but I thought I would try pairing a few together. So we are using Blackberry Bliss for our card base. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Mossy Meadow that is cut 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to be one of our layers. I am using Whisper White 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside layer, since this Blackberry Bliss is so dark. We have a piece of Petal Pink that we're going to use for our rectangle stitched die. And then we have a few scraps of Whisper White to do some of our punching. So for our punches, this stamp set coordinates with this punch here, so you can punch that 2 times to create the flower on front of this card. So I love having a stamp set that goes with a punch, and this leaf in this set also coordinates with the leaf punch that we already had in our catalog. So if you have that already, that also pairs with this. So it's a wonderful way to combine your materials. Alright, so we also are going to do some embossing with our layered leaves folder. So let's grab our big, well, let's do our, no, we are going to grab our Big Shot first, I think. Let's go ahead and do our die cutting and embossing. So whatever die cutting machine you have should work fine. Like I said, I'm using our rectangle stitched dies. And we are going to cut that in the Petal Pink. And I like to roll these rectangles through at least twice. So depending on your machine, you might want to do it, once might be good, maybe you need a couple times. So I just love the stitching on that. Those are definitely one of my favorite sets of dies. Alright, so let me switch platforms. And we are going to do our embossing. So I'm going to grab my regular Big Shot platform. And I am using one of our dynamic embossing folders. So we are going to sandwich this differently. So we're going to use our Big Shot platform. I have my folder with my piece of Mossy Meadow in there, and then one acrylic plate. And we're going to run that through. And look at all of that beautiful texture. So much fun. Okay. So let's get rid of our Big Shot for now. And let's do a little bit of stamping. So I have 2 scraps here, as I mentioned. Hopefully that's enough. I might have to grab another piece. I'm going to open our Blackberry Bliss. It's a gorgeous deep color. And stamping it on the white, I think, just really makes it pop. So I am going to, you can see how our punch aligns this way. So that means I am going to stamp my flower that way as well. Okay, so let's do 2 on that. We need 4 of these to create the 2 flowers. And then we'll see if I have enough left here for our leaves. Maybe I'll just grab another piece. I think that's easier. We're going to open our Mossy Meadow out of this piece here. So we're going to ink that up in our Mossy Meadow. And mine is pretty juicy, so you can see here in the center, let me lift it up. You can see that little line is a little bit darker. If my ink pad was a little less juicy, it would be white there. Let me grab I'm going to do 2 more leaves as well. So I'm just using up some scraps that I have lying around here. Might as well. Alright. We'll put our ink pads away. Let's set that aside. Let's grab our punch. And you can see the punch leaves a little bit of a white border around those, which I like. I just think it kind of helps, you know, brighten up your image a little bit. Okay. Oops. Looks good. Now grab our leaf. This too gives us a little bit of white. You could fill that in if you didn't like that with a sponge dauber. Your Mossy Meadow. That'd be a perfect way to use that as well. Let's stick that in there. Okay. Alright, so let's set those aside. Let's go ahead and adhere our pieces together. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm going to put adhesive around all 4 sides because this is embossed and I do not want it to raise. We are going to put that down here on the front of our Blackberry Bliss. We might as well go ahead and adhere this inside layer as well. So this is our Whisper White. This is 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to put that on the inside. The Blackberry Bliss is so deep that even if you used a black, you know, pen, it would be a little hard to see. So I always include an extra layer in there. Alright, so let's put adhesive now on all of our sides of our Petal pink stitched rectangle as well. And we're going to lay that here in the center. Okay, and then I'm going to grab my glue dots and I'm going to put these flowers together. So you just turn those and kind of layer them. And what I love is that just with a little flick of your finger here, you have some dimension automatically. I mean, you can use your bone folder to kind of curl those as well, but I mean, it can't get much easier than that to add some dimension to your project. Okay, so we're going to do some glue dots here as well. I'm going to stick one there and I'm going to put my leaf. So I want to kind of, you know, cover up that corner, but also, you know, make sure it doesn't go off the project so we don't have any issues with our envelope. So just want, that might be a little too far in. Let's see. That looks pretty good. I'm going to lay that there. And then let's try, we'll put another glue dot on this side of our flower. And make sure we're kind of filling that in. I think we'll go off of this corner here. A little bit of Wink of Stella over this would be gorgeous as well. So let's see, I actually kind of like it just like that. Alright, so now I'm going to add, whoops, oops, I pulled that. That was not the plan. I'm going to add some regular adhesive there as well. Now let me see, I had this going like this. Okay. So we're going to set that down. I'm going to get some more adhesive. If you wanted, you could just add some more glue dots as well there. Yeah, I'm going to go this way. Okay. Alright, and now we have a little sentiment here, wishing with friendly thoughts and best wishes today and every day. We're going to ink that up in our Blackberry Bliss. And we are going to stamp that there. Beautiful. And then I have some of our faceted gems. And these are our gold faceted gems. And these larger ones are the perfect size for the center of your flower. So you get a little bit of that Blackberry Bliss around the edge, but then some beautiful, you know, light color. So I just think that really pops once you add those. I love it. Alright, so now on the inside of our card, we're going to just stamp. So I'm going to open up our Mossy Meadow and our Blackberry Bliss again. And I'm going to find myself a scrap piece of paper here. And I am going to ink up one of the leaves. I'm going to stamp off. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a lighter tone. And you can see, because I said my pad was so inky, even stamping off gives me that darker line on the inside, so I like that. Alright, so now let's do our flower. So instead of punching our flower, we're just going to stamp it twice. So I'm going to ink that up in the Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to stamp off as well, so I can always, you know, punch these now on my scrap piece and reuse that if I wanted to. We're going to stamp that down. I'm going to stamp again. And then same thing, we're just going to alternate. Let me pull this a little closer to myself. Hopefully I can line it up. Yeah, I love it. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I just love this flower. I think it's stunning and so easy, you know, to do. So I can reuse those on another project, and that will complete this project. So I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video tutorial. I thank you so much for watching. You can find a full supply list in the description, and I do look forward to being back with you real soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.